All right. I think we are officially live. Had a little bit of a rough start there. It was spinning and was not connecting. So hopefully we're connected. And today is going to be, it's going to be something interesting because I'm going to share with you some research that I recently did on social media versus email marketing. And I think you're going to be blown away. I was blown away. I didn't even realize that the numbers were really that much different. I mean, I knew they'd be different, but not by that much. And so that's what I'm going to be covering here today on this coffee talk. So first off, it is March 22nd, which is kind of hard to believe, but it is. And we're just cranking through this month. And we are going to be we're going to finish out this month strong. That's what we're going to do. And if you want to finish the month strong, then I suggest that you show up here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. This is where we get to hang out. We get to have a cup of coffee, tea, whatever your favorite drink is. And we get to hang out for about 30 minutes. I usually try to go for only 30, but sometimes it tends up going longer. But today is going to be exciting because the story behind this and how I discovered these numbers was I was putting together a new Facebook ad that we're actually running for our email list building fast track workshop. Some would say, Scott, you're talking about email being better than social media, and they both have their place and they both have pros and cons. But if you are limited on time and you want to create an asset in your business, I'm a big believer and a strong believer in email list building and email marketing. And just hands down, the numbers are always higher. So today what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to share with you some of my findings. All right. And again, this, if you guys are just tuning in, I was doing some research last week, tail end of last week. And Chris Schaefer and I are putting together a new Facebook ad to run to cold audiences, basically people that don't know who we are, and really giving them the statistics of social media and email marketing. And what better way to do it than to actually give hard numbers, like the numbers that are not just my numbers, but other people's numbers, and a site that is trusted and they've done the research. So it's always good to go to a source that does research. And then for me, it's to show you, this is what the data says. This is also what I'm seeing. So you take it, for what it's worth. If you want to go down the social media route and just, keep feeding, the Facebook algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, build followers, do all of that stuff, then by all means go for it. That's not what I'm doing. And I think it was Friday, we talked about social media. We talked about live streaming and why social media has its place. But if you're just trying to build a following, like on Facebook or Instagram, and you're hoping that you're going to be able to post stuff and people are going to see it, after you see what I'm going to share with you here, you might think differently, a lot differently. All right. So that's what we're going to be talking about here. Let's see who's in the house here this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and give a quick shout out here. Alejandro, of course you're here. What's up, Professor? Yes, a little apple too. You gave me an apple for the day. That's beautiful, Alejandro. Thank you for that. Salama, what's up? How are you doing? Good morning. Karen's in the house. What's up, Karen? Jason's in the house. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. Ruth's in the house. What's up? Happy Monday, everyone. Kyle's in the house. What's up, Kyle? And Jason says, saw the ad in my feed last night, knew it was bad, but was blown away by how bad. Yeah. It's funny too that you saw that ad already. It should be being targeted to cold, but it's not always perfect. But I'm glad that you saw that ad. And I hope that you also were entertained by the hamster wheel that was going. That was kind of fun doing that, actually. What's up, Paul? Good morning. Aldo, what's up? Jeannie, hello. Justin, what's up? Another Justin, what's up? We got some Justins in the house. The Scooby Life, morning, Scott and friends. Looking forward to this. All right, cool. All right, so let's do it. I am probably going to turn this into a podcast, so I'm going to kick this thing off. Kind of like setting up the stage, if you will. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Let me see if this works. Yep, there's my little slide deck that I did for my Facebook ad. And we'll probably do another episode too on how to come up with a good angle or a good hook for a Facebook ad, because we're talking about how bad social media is as far as a marketing tool if you're using it for just free. If you're using it to build a custom audience in the background by using Facebook Lives or live video or a video engagement ad, and you're using it for the ad platform, I'm all for it. But if you're just trying to build followers on Instagram to go, look at, I've got 10,000 followers, or, oh, look at, I've got 30,000 people following my Facebook page. That doesn't mean anything if you can't get your message or your ad or your content in front of them, right? And I'm going to share with you guys a screenshot of my own personal brand, brand creators, and how bad it really is. So I'll share that with you guys. All right, so let's kick this thing off now that we got everything set up. We're good to go. A little sip of coffee, and we'll get rocking this Monday morning. All right. Oh, before I do, in the comments, do me a favor. Are you actively trying to build your social media presence currently, right now? And what I mean by that is are you posting content on your Facebook, page, your group, Instagram? What are you doing? Or are you doing that currently right now? Are you posting on your social media to try to be seen by your prospects? Just let me know in the comments. All right. Good morning, Kay. I saw Kay just snuck in here. What's up, Kay? Good morning. All right, cool. So let's get rocking and rolling here. All right. So let me go ahead and get my little notes up here. And the title of this is Why Email Marketing Crushes Social Media. Proof. All right. So there you go. That's what this podcast is going to be. All right, here we go. All right, today we are going to be talking about why email marketing crushes social media, and I've got proof to back it. All right, now I am doing this for our Coffee Talk people. So anyone that's here live, hello. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you're going to be able to listen in on this conversation that I had here on this morning to really bring the awareness and really to just open your eyes to email marketing or social media. I mean, let's face it, most of us have a limited amount of time. And most of us that have a brand, we will have a Facebook page, okay, a business page. And if not, you should have one, by the way. So I'm going to, say here, first and foremost, you should have a business page. That business page is not just there to post just random content so you can get people to see it. That would be wonderful if Facebook would give us the reach, but we're going to use it for Facebook ads. But I'm not going to talk about that much here today, because what I want to share with you is, and I'll give you a backstory here. I was creating a brand new Facebook ad to promote our email list building fast track workshop. All right. Now I went through this before on other coffee talks and other podcasts, is how we have to come up with angles, right? We have to come up with ways that grabs people's attention, but the right people that are in our market. So in this case, I came up with an angle of this. Is social media worth spending time for organic reach, right? Anyone that has a brand that has been trying to build a following on Instagram, on Facebook, right? They feel like, and I've felt like this is why I know, you're constantly feeding the beast, right? You're constantly feeding the algorithm, right? The more that you post, the more reach you'll get. Not always true, by the way. I do 3 of these lives every single week, have not missed, and it's live. And everyone was saying, oh, Facebook loves live video. They did and they still kind of do, but it didn't really help my overall reach. Okay, it just didn't. And then they say, well, you got to post at least 3 times a day. And then that lets the algorithm know that it's an active feed. And then you got to ask, or you got to do like question-based posts, like at least one of those a day to get a whole bunch of comments and likes and engagement. To me, that feels like you're on a hamster wheel and you can't get off. Right? You wake up in the morning, you're like, okay, did I post my thing? Okay, I got to post that. I got to do a question one. Which question should I ask? Then I got to go back in. I got to interact with it. So I got to do all this stuff so I can hope to get some reach to the people that are following my page, right? My business page or Instagram, right? So I am here to kind of demonstrate and share with you what the numbers look like for social media versus email. I've been talking about email for a very long time. And, I'll just call it out here. If you're not yet building your list after you listen to this and watch this, you're probably going to change your mind. All right. I'm just telling you that you're probably going to change your mind. I'm actually going to be showing you, all right, some emails, the subjects, the subject lines I'll be showing. Some of them I blocked out, but I'll kind of read it to you. And I'm going to share with you how some of our emails are up over 50% open rates. Okay, now that's above average. I've got one that did 72%, which is above average, but it can happen. Okay, now the ones that are average-ish, all right, are probably around 22%. If I get anything below 20, I'm like, ooh, that was a bad email. If it was like 17, I'm like, oh, that didn't hit the spot. But if you got a 17% reach on social, you'd be crushing it. All right. But you're going to see here in a minute, and if you're listening, I'll explain it. It's not the case. And now there's probably some exceptions out there. There always is, but the average is the average, right? The average is the average. So if you are listening to this and you want to be part of our coffee talks, I'm just going to throw a little plug in here because it's free. I'm plugging something free for you to come on over and join us and hang out with us. Head on over to takeactioncrew.com. Again, that's takeactioncrew.com. Because what's going to happen here is I'm going to record this. We're going to put this on the podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast, you're hearing it right now. But then I'm going to stop this podcast, but I'm going to continue the conversation with the Coffee Talk people, and we'll answer some questions. So if you want to ask any questions, you're going to want to be on a Coffee Talk. TakeActionCrew.com. There you go. There's my little shameless plug for something free. All right. So all you got to do is go there, and you can become part of that. All right. So today, why email marketing crushes social media. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get into the numbers. All right. So what I'm going to do, if you are here live or if you're watching this, because I'm also going to take the video and I'll embed it in the show notes, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And what you're looking at right now is a picture of two hamsters on a hamster wheel. And it says, get off the social media hamster wheel. And like I already talked about, that's how you feel when you're trying to feed the algorithm. Well, you got to do so many stories. Now stories are everything. So now you got to do, how many stories do you got to do in your Instagram feed in order for it to get the algorithm going? Then you got to do reels and you got to do all this stuff. I don't know about you, but that feels like a massive job. I feel the pressure of doing that. That's why social media to me is like, I'm going to post when I want to post. These coffee talks and the Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, they're scheduled. So that's going to happen automatically. And I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not doing it to manipulate the algorithm. I'm just not doing it that way. All right. I'm doing it in a way because this also, and if you guys listen to any of my past episodes, when I talk about why you want to do video on Facebook, is because you're always building a custom audience in the background. Again, I'll link everything up in the show notes, but I'm not going to go down that road here today. All right. But that's, again, why I would definitely recommend doing video on Facebook, especially. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to dig in. So how do we get off the social media hamster wheel? First off, let's kind of look at the numbers here. Now, this is from Sprout Social. Okay. They're a very well-known organization. And I look at their stuff as, okay, they've done the research. And it looks like here they've also used probably a service called Rival IQ. All right. So Twitter engagement. Okay, Twitter engagement. Yes, Twitter is still a thing. I don't know if you guys are using it. I barely ever use it. I think I've got 19,000 followers or something like that. Don't even pay attention to it. And so Twitter engagement across all industries is 0.045%. Let me repeat that again. Engagement rate for Twitter is 0.045%. All right. And they have it in like, okay, alcohol, fashion, financial services, food and beverage, health and beauty, higher education, home decor, hotel and resorts, influencers, media. I think that's in, it's media. Okay. Nonprofits, retail, sports teams, tech and software. Okay. 0.045%. That's what we have to look forward to for Twitter. Okay. All right. Let's move on. That one's pretty bad. Instagram engagement. Okay. In this is engagement rate post by follower. Okay. Here we are. 1.22%. Again, 1.22%. So let's go through this again. All of the industries that they're giving here, the best one is higher education. It's 3.57%. Okay. And it looks like the lowest one here is 0.67, and that's retail. Okay. And then the next one that isn't that well is fashion, 0.68%. Okay. So I mean, I don't know, guys. That's not that exciting to me. To put all that work into maybe get 1.22%. It's not good. All right, let's look at Facebook. All right. 0.09%. All right. And I mean, some of these numbers are really, really low. I mean, 0.03, 0.02. So we're not even talking a percent. All right. But let's just say it was a percent. And I'll show you mine. I've got between a 1 and a 3% on the average. All right. But look at that. I mean, seriously, if you're trying to build up a following on Facebook, why? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I ask you, when you can be building an email list that gets much, much better open rates, basically people seeing your stuff. And you also control that list. You can email that list whenever you want. You can segment that list. You can look at who has opened, who hasn't opened. You can send to unopened. You can do all that stuff. You can't do that with Facebook. You just post it and let it go and hope it does well. Right? Now you can throw ad money behind it, and I am a fan of that. But if you're just doing it for the organic side of things, it might be a waste of time. Okay, so here's my example. Again, guys, I'm pulling back the curtain because I want you to see this. All right. 33,000 followers I have on my Facebook page for brand creators. 33,000 followers. You'd be like, Scott, that's great. Awesome. So you're probably getting a lot of reach. The answer is no. So here we are. Here's a post that I did, and I thought it was a good post. Another example, create this one piece of content 12 months ago, and it's still driving traffic today. I'll be sharing this and more examples during the 7-day content creation challenge. Join us here. And it's got a screenshot of 11,990 page views from one piece of content. Okay. I thought that would do good. I got 2 likes on that. 2 likes out of 33,000 people potentially that I could reach. And the reach that it's showing me was only 346 people. That means it reached their news feed in 12 post engagements. All right. So here it says I had 4 likes. And I had 1 share. And I think that share was me sharing it over into the group. All right. So 1% visibility, 1%. Okay. A little better here. I got this one here that says proof. Simple evergreen content works, but it takes being consistent. This is exactly what we teach and share inside the Content Creation Challenge class. Join us here. Okay. And then that one there, I had a little screenshot showing again another example of evergreen content. And let's see here. Yeah, we had I can't read that without my glasses. 1,290, I think it is, for that one day. So I was like, that's evergreen content. It's a good post. Had 3 likes. Okay, 816 people it reached out of 33,000 followers, 17 post engagement. I mean, I'm okay with that, with those numbers, but I'm not okay if that's the only thing that I was doing, and I was doing it with the intention that I'm going to keep building my my fan base on Facebook so they can see my stuff, because it's just not happening. That would be a waste of time, right? That would be a waste of time. So here's another example in one of the other niches that we are building in our case study. And I'll just tell you it's in the pet niche. Okay. I'll throw that out there. Look at this. 2,235 people follow this page. And this one post got us 64 people. So out of 2,235, we had 64 people see it. We had 7 post clicks. That's pretty good. Not really, but in a 3% visibility. So that one there did the best, but it's smaller. It's a smaller number there of followers, which is always then a little bit more concentrated, kind of like an email list. I'll show you an example here too, that you can see that a smaller list, even on an email, will definitely have more opens, but a lot more opens than this. But then as your list gets bigger, that will usually go down, but you're still usually around the 20% mark, 3%. That's what we're expecting here. So now let's look at the average email open rates by industry. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the industries here, but if you look at this right here, I mean, the lowest is 19%, and that's electronics. The highest is real estate. And then you have education at 25%, manufacturing 23%, financial 23%, other 23%, retail 23%, health 21%, telecom 21%, media 21%, software 20%, and business 20%, right? So the average across all of them is 20.94%, okay? So we're above the 20% in most industries, okay? I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a 20% open rate and also have a list that is mine. I can take that, I can move it to a different provider. Like instead of ConvertKit, I could go to ActiveCampaign or ActiveCampaign to ConvertKit, or I can go to MailChimp. I can bring my list wherever I want to host it and wherever I want to send emails from, right? It's mine, okay? And I can send stuff out to people and promote my content, or get them to go over to a video that I have on Facebook and leave a comment. Like, I can still do all that stuff, but I have the control. You don't have the control when you have just a social media presence. So let me show you a super small email list example. All right. Now, I did block this out. Inside of Brand Creators Academy, we reveal everything. So I have to keep things private because that's what Brand Creators Academy is all about, is we're transparent. But I wanted to share at least the numbers with you. Okay. So check this out. 589 emails or people. Okay. 73.5% open rate. 73.5% open rate. And a 25% click-through rate. Unheard of. Now, again, this is above average. Do not expect to get this. If you do, great. But this is definitely high. Let's look at the next example. 721 people this was sent to. 57.1% open rate and a 5.7% click-through rate. Not too bad. And then the next one had 807 people on this list, 51.7% open rate and an 8.2% click-through rate. All right. So if you guys are listening to this, you can't see this, but basically the subject lines were this: questions about your blank. And then the next one is your blank pick and something new. And then the next one was surprise inside for blank lovers. And it could be like for bass fishing lovers or whatever. You get the idea, right? So very, very simple subject lines and really good click-through rate, meaning they're getting, they're entering into the email, and then whatever I have in the email, they're wanting to click on. So that's the other thing. Now, again, that takes a little bit of work, a little bit of understanding how to write emails. And we do talk about all of that, and we share all that inside of Brand Creators Academy. So if you're interested in applying, head on over to brandcreatorsacademy.com and you can do so there. But yeah, this is a super small email list. All right. Now, let me show you again another example. All right. Now, this is a little bit of a bigger list. Okay. There's 2 different examples, around 1,400-ish and then 2,700. All right. So we have the first one in niche number 1 is tips for grooming your blank. 1,418 people. It got a 35% open rate, 9.6% click-through rate. Noisy blank, simple tips to stop, right? 1,443 people, 32.2% open rate, 3.3% click-through rate, not too bad. Here's another one. 1,507 people this was sent to, 31.7% open rate, 2.1% click-through rate. And it basically says, true or false, blank save you money? Question mark. Now, again, I can't give you the blank, but you can fill in the blank with whatever, true or false. Just start an email with true or false, and then just give them a question. And then they're going to want to know the answer. It helps with the open rates. All right. Here's another one with a little bit of a bigger list, 2,729 emails or email addresses, 28.3% open rate and a 1.1% click-through rate. Now, let me just say this. If you're getting above a 1% on your click-through rate, you're doing good, right? So these, getting 2 and 3 and 9, they're always going to vary on the clicks, and you're not always asking for the click. But anything above a 1, I'm like, okay, we did good. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, and that one there says biggest in brackets, backyard blank problem. All right, so it could be like backyard tomato problem, something like that. So that's it. Okay, that's on the small email list examples. Now, let me show you a little bit of a larger email list example. Now, I have multiple lists inside of Brand Creators. This is one of the lists that we send on a regular basis. All right. So content creation, myths and problems, big news, 19,505 people, 24.2% open rate. And on this one here, we were under our 1%, 0.7% click rate. I'm still okay with that. All right. I'm still okay with that. She went from 30 website visitors to 1,500 per day, 19,302 19,321 emails, 25%. And again, we were only at about 0.5% click-through rate, which is fine. Again, I like to hit the 1%, but with anything, when you're dealing with like how to build an online business in that realm, I mean, really, if you can get a 0.5% on a click, you're usually doing okay. In other markets that are non-business related, 1% and above is doing good. This one here, crazy response, free 7-day live class, 19,444, 24.6% open rate and a 0.6% click-through rate. Okay. But guys, every single time I send an email, I'm able to get it to 24% plus of that list of 19,321. Now, here's the other thing. Every single time, it's not the same 24%. So you could have overlap. So that means that you're really reaching more of your audience. And the reason why I know this is because when we do any type of clicks, we will also create a tag inside ConvertKit that will allow us to know how many people after we sent 5 emails actually are clicked that are like, so I'll give you an example. If you showed up here because you got an email this morning about Coffee Talk, I have a tag in there that if you click that link, it says that you clicked on a Coffee Talk link. And then I can look and go, oh, wow, there's 1,000 people that clicked on a Coffee Talk link. How come everyone's not showing up? Well, maybe I send an email just to those people that clicked on a Coffee Talk link and I talk about an upcoming Coffee Talk, right? So just a little side note there for you on what you can do. But basically to tie this all together, and this is how the ad was, like I went through that. I actually went through it a lot quicker. But what would you rather have? Would you rather have Facebook engagement that's around 0.9%, 0.09%, or would you rather have this, an average email open rate of 20.9%? I mean, I think it's obvious. And the question would be, well, why wouldn't you want that? And maybe it's, well, because I don't know how to build an email list, or I don't want to spend money to build an email list. Number one, and I talk about this a lot whenever I hear someone saying like, I don't want to spend money on ads, or I don't want to spend money on building my list yet. And my response always is this: if you were to start a business, a hot dog stand, you got to buy the hot dog stand. You got to buy the hot dogs. You got to buy the rolls, right? You've got to buy that stuff. So why wouldn't you want to invest in something, even if all you did was invested in an email list of 500 email subscribers, which, by the way, little shameless plug here, that's exactly what we teach inside the Email List Building Fast Track Workshop. And if you're interested, head on over to emaillistclass.com. Again, that's emaillistclass.com. And for under $50, you can get started, and we will show you exactly how to build a list, a very engaged list, where you can send emails on a regular basis, exactly what I just showed you, and you can get your first 500 subscribers. And we do show you how to run Facebook ads at a very, very low cost so you can build that list. What is that list worth to you? If you can send an email to people and they actually receive it, they open it, you engage with it, you're able to get feedback. What is that worth? You got a promotion coming up, right? You can send out that promotion. Would you rather spend time and energy and money on building that, or spend time and money building on a platform that's not yours, you don't control, and you're not able to really send them what you want to send them when you want to send it because you don't know if it's going to be shown? So that's the thing you need to think about when you're building a business, when you're building a brand. If you are building a business, because you have to treat this like a business. If you want to make money anyway, you got to invest a little bit. And if you do have a small budget, like I built a list of 500 and I think it was 20 or 30 subscribers in 14 days. Okay. I did it in 14 days as a case study inside of Brand Creators Academy. And I think I spent just over $300. Okay. Just over $300. I got a list now of 500 people. And it's a very active list. I sent an email the other day and I got a 43% open rate on that list. Not too bad. All right. Not too bad at all. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you. So the question is, what would you rather do? Spend time building a following on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, maybe Snapchat, TikTok, and hope that you get reach? Or would you rather build something that you have, you control, and you know that your reach is going to be at a minimum, if you do it right, 20%? Like, I would rather have that, and I think you would as well. If you're interested in joining us inside that Email List Building Fast Track Workshop, head on over to emaillistclass.com and get all the details there. But in the end, you want to create an asset that you own and that you control, just like your website. And here's the other little thing. Here's the other little thing that a lot of people don't think about. That email list, if you ever were to sell your website, sell your brand, that has a lot of weight. That has a lot of benefits for your new owner because they can then send emails on a regular basis. When we just sold our last brand, we had an email list of just over 30,000 and we were sending 3 emails a week. And our average open rate on that was anywhere between 19 and 24%, depending on the email. And you are going to get some that are lower than the 20, but you're going to have some that are going to get higher. And our click-through rate was off the hook though. It was usually above 2 to 3% every single time. So we're talking like 1,000 clicks or more to our website. Do you think that someone buying a business finds the value in that? Or to have a social media presence that says, I have 30,000 people that follow a page, but only maybe 1,000 people see it out of that whole thing. And that's actually high. It's probably more like 300 to 400, if that. So you got to ask yourself that too. Like, if you're building something, is it an asset? Is it something that you have, you control, and you can also transfer that to a new owner with, the benefits that it provides? So that's what you got to ask yourself. So think about that. Hopefully this opened your eyes to what social media can do for you. And I'm not saying, again, not use it. I'm saying only use it, usually only use it when you are building for maybe a promotion and you want to start running ads, or maybe you're going to run engagement ads. So this way here, you can build up your custom audiences and kind of build that invisible list in the background, all of those things. But if you're just starting, man, you want to take that time that you have, that limited amount of time, and focus on building an asset that you control. All right. And that would be email. All right, guys, that wraps up that. And hopefully everything was broadcasting okay. Let's see. Yes, we are back. All right, cool. We got any questions on this? Let's see. Singing on the Monday morning. Yeah, Karen. Yeah, Karen's, you're doing great. Yep, doing posts and live videos. Yes. And yes, you want to be doing those because you're building that custom audience. Okay. So Jeannie says, I put pictures of my hats on Facebook and Instagram, and I think that's fine. But if you have an email list, you can send them a promotion about your hats and your, things and get a larger reach, I'm sure. Ruth, I post and run ads on Facebook, but it's not my main focus. I put more energy into my email list, writing blog posts, and creating digital products. That's exactly what you should be doing, right? Let's think about what Ruth just said. She's putting energy into email list. That's an asset. She's putting focus on writing blog posts. That's an asset. Evergreen posts that get traffic on a regular basis, and creating digital products, something that's hers, that she controls, that she can sell. Bingo. That's probably like the big three. Okay. That's the big three. So yes. And yes, post up on your Facebook page, keep it active. If someone wants to go through your stuff, it's there. Post when you want to. I do not want a strict schedule that I have to post at this time and I have to set a scheduler and all this stuff. I don't want any part of it. Like, I know that it can be tempting and you're like, oh, well, everybody over here is doing it and I should do it too. To me, it comes down to what am I doing? What am I creating that is evergreen? And what is something that I can control, right? A lot of times social media is out of your control. Yes, but for very little effort, $98 per month for Instagram posts by a company. They do a great job for the price, 5 times per week in Zapier posts on Facebook. Yeah. And Justin, if you can automate something to post, I'm a fan of it. Like, that's fine. And yeah, if you're spending, but again, you're spending $98 per month to put stuff up there. What I hope that you're doing is then you're looking at, okay, how is your custom audience being added to? Right? Is that increasing? Because you can also create a custom audience for your Instagram activity. And then what you would do inside of Facebook is say, I want to build a custom audience of my engagement, whoever's engaged with my post or my page or my profile, all of that stuff. So you can totally do that. And I agree. Like, I'm a fan of posting on social media. Like, I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday posting on social media here doing this, coffee talk. I'm doing it so I can show up, be live with people. And they can do this, ask questions back and forth, and we can have this engagement. I know Facebook likes it. And I can also keep building my custom audience in the background. And if I want to run retargeting ads to people that consumed some of my content, I can do it. So that's why I am a fan of it. But if you have limited time and limited resources, email list is the way to go. So yeah. What's up, Karen? Good morning. Warm and sunny there. Good. It's actually sunny here. I think you can probably see the sun rays are starting to come through this window. I have to seal it off. Let's see. What makes your most successful emails get high open rates? It's really how targeted the email list is. And when you ask like an open-ended question, a lot of times that will do better, like something, or need help. Like we send out a naked email, we call it, where it's just directly asking for them to tell us what their number one problem is, or the number one thing that they need help with. And that usually gets a great open rate. So you have to play around with that stuff, Salma, but usually it's question-based, curiosity-based, is typically what that looks like. How do your Facebook pages compare to groups? Actually, the page seems to do better, to be honest with you. Derek and Landon's, hey, what's up, Derek? I have to watch it later. Got here late. Hate missing all the value. Yeah, you can always watch it later. I think I'm still a bit of a perfectionist and still got to get out of my own way. A lot of people do. So yeah, Derek, whatever that is, I don't know what it is for you, but if you're referring to like your lead magnet's not perfect, so you don't want to start building your email list yet. I shared an example of how I built a list by accident. And I put together a lead magnet that was basically, I just compiled like 5 posts and I put them on a page that was on our WordPress blog. And I linked to that page as the guide. And that was it. And I built a list of over 500 subscribers just doing that. So yeah, you got to get out of your own way. Start building that list. Let's see here. Michael, good morning. Where would YouTube and subscribers be compared to email and social media? I've heard through the grapevine, subscribers don't matter on YouTube anymore. I'm not a YouTube expert. I'm still trying to crack that nut myself. But where would it stack up? YouTube would be higher up. And I'll tell you why. It's evergreen searchable content. Okay. Evergreen searchable content, I'm always a huge fan of. So I would not build my YouTube channel hoping to get 10,000 subscribers. I would rather post the content for evergreen purposes, but always have a call to action where someone could join your email list. If you had a list of 10,000 subscribers, there's going to be maybe 2 or 3% that are going to get notified. That I have read. I probably should have threw that in there, but I don't really consider YouTube as social media. It's more of it's a search platform, right? Facebook's not a search platform. Instagram's not a search platform. Twitter's not a search platform. I mean, they have tagging, but no one really uses it for that, right? It's a disruptive marketing channel is what it really is. Okay. Let's see. Oh, how can we see the hamster ad? Maybe I'll post it on the Facebook page, Salma, and I'll just post it as just an organic post. All right. Derek, how long do you recommend for an article? My next one is going to be long and relate to my product, 6-day water, only fast and 40 days without processed foods. As long as it needs to be, right? Don't set yourself to, it's got to be this. It's got to be this long. It's got to be longer because don't worry about any of that stuff. Just write it with the best information there and make sure that you give people everything they need to know. And you're done, man. Don't worry about how long it is. Don't worry about that. Derek, I want to treat this like a business. Yeah, and you do. Yeah. I mean, so many people don't. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to go the free route and just do like free content. I'm going to do it all myself. I'm going to build my email list and not really going to pay any money to build the email list. So I'm just going to put up a lead magnet on my Facebook page, which doesn't get any reach. So I'm going to get frustrated because I'm not building my list fast enough. And you got to put some money into it. And I mean, we're talking small though. Like we're talking small compared to the big picture. Even if you've been following me for any period of time and you kind of came in on the Amazon, side of things, the private label side of things, you're talking $3,000 to $5,000 to get that thing going. And that's just one product. We're talking here, if you had $100, you're going to have your business up and running. If you had another $300, you can start building that email list, right? So it could be under $500 and you could be like way ahead and you could be getting some momentum. So yes, I think you need to treat it like a business. How long is the VIP Q&A on Wednesday? Oh, good question. Probably about an hour, hour and a half tops. But I'm leaving an hour open for Q&A, and we already have a bunch of pieces of content we're going to be reviewing. So also, if you guys were part of the VIP for content creation workshop or the 7-day challenge, that live call is going to be this Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And an email went out to all the VIPs. So if you didn't get that, message me and I'll make sure you get it. Yes, Derek says, I'd rather build assets for your business. Yeah, I agree. Oh, okay. Put that link up again. Is the email workshop going to be live? No, the email workshop it was live, but we recorded it and now it's a paid training. And I can put that up here for sure. Let me see here. Yeah, right here. So if you just go to emaillistclass.com, that's the fast track workshop. And inside of there, I mean, we have the 3 to 500 method, we call it. If there's 3 steps to get to 500 subscribers, and you're literally going to have everything kind of laid out and built and set to go within a week. But some of you can probably have it done within 24 hours. But that is the idea. So yeah, so definitely check that out. If you're still not building your email list because you just don't know how, or you don't think it's time yet, it is time. And I would start with the email list class for that one. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, Derek says, I am focusing on content and brand. That is good. Yes, Mal, I just dropped that in there if you wanted to grab that. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through here. Wow, you guys got a lot of questions. This is good. Salma says, take a sip. I will. Did you say click-through rate? Yes, click-through rate, CTR. So if you guys are learning about email list building and email marketing, you have the open rate and then the click-through rate, which is your CTR. But yes. How did my daughter do at the volleyball this weekend? Well, she didn't do well the first round. The second round, they ended up doing better. Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough weekend for her. It was cold. It was like 32 degrees when they were playing, which I'm so glad I wasn't playing. Herself personally did great mentally too, because again, when you're not winning, to try to stay positive, it's a huge lesson, right? But this weekend we go to Myrtle Beach. Will you show us how to measure and use the analytics? If you're using ConvertKit, Derek, it's super simple. Super simple. I mean, it is really, really simple. You're just going to send an email and it's going to automatically give you your opens and your click-throughs. Let's see. Email is good for reach. However, you still need consistent content weekly. Yes, but Salma, one email a week is going to keep that list warm. One email a week, right? That's it. And to do that, you really just either need your own content or just go ahead and take someone else's content and link to it and go, hey, I found a really cool post on how to catch more bass in a pond. You should go check it out. And if you have any questions on catching more bass, let me know. That's your email. Like when people tell me they don't have consistent content, I don't know why. It's just super easy. And I've tried to kind of relay that to you guys and teach you guys that it does not have to be your own. Just send something. You just be helpful. That's it. Super simple. Let's see. How about the unsubscribers? Yeah, unsubscribers, I'm actually okay with. And if you look, let's go back to this real quick. If you look, like on this one here, we had 28 unsubscribes. We had 32 unsubscribes, 28 unsubscribes. I'm okay with that. And that's about average on a list that size. And if your list is new, if you built your list and it's brand new, they got their lead magnet or they got entered into a giveaway, excuse me, you're going to get more unsubscribes in the beginning. But when I see that, I'm like, thank you. And here's why. They're helping me clean my list, right? They're basically saying, I got what I wanted, but I don't want any more. That's it. And they leave the party. That's fine. So yeah, don't get caught up in that. These here, again, about the same. This one here was less. This was less. This was less. This was about 24. So it just depends on the size of the list. And even here, 25, 24, 29. So it's about the same. I mean, now if you're getting hundreds, you might be teetering on that spam line, which we don't want to do. So yeah, so hopefully that answered your question there. Oh, cool. Kyle, got my first email opt-in Facebook ad running and got my first subscription today. Yes. Love it. And Kyle, we're going to see more on the inside of BCA because I know you're in there and I love your lead magnet, by the way. Love it. Really, really like it. Oh, cool. Okay. Could you comment on B2B and social media ads to build an email list or whether the email workshop addresses B2B business such as doing consulting? There's nothing different. I just did a little coaching session with a new friend of mine who I met at my daughter's volleyball, and he sells insurance, right? He sells insurance to businesses and to, just regular everyday people. Here's all you have to keep in mind. What is something that person is searching for that you can help them with? So if you're doing consulting to consult a business, right? So if I wanted to switch this and go, okay, I'm not going to target just individuals trying to start a business. I'm going to target maybe local businesses. I'd put something out in the subject line or the headline of the ad that would call the attention would be like, are you struggling to get clients in, your restaurant? ? Here's 5 simple tips to help you increase, your new walk-ins or something like that. And then I'd have a little report that they can download as a checklist. Boom. Now, guess what? They're probably going to be interested in getting more clients. If I help people get clients into their business, they might want to hire me, or they might want to, buy my training. There's no difference. There's no difference at all. You're still speaking to someone about an issue they're having, and you're going to help them with that issue. There's really nothing different. So yes, would the email list building fast track workshop help you? Absolutely. Okay. Jason, does Google recognize text in images? I'm creating a data table and either need to figure out a way to do it on page harder or just make it a quick image. Yes. If you are trying to get shown or picked up for the text, like you're saying, versus it being just an image, the text would have to be there. I do not believe at this point, I could be wrong because it could be coming, is where they're going to see text in an image. But at this point, I do not believe so. So you would probably need to create something that was text. So it could be scraped. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, I just posted it, Mel. Let's see. Okay, cool. Alpandro, does it make a difference if I post 4 posts at the same time? I messed around and created 4 complete posts, but have not posted anything positive or negative happening if I dump all 4 in one day. I don't think it's going to really matter at this point because you have nothing there right now, right? Or, it's not as much that, you don't have that much there. If you were creating content on a regular basis, I'd rather drip that. Now, if you were to tell me I'm going to dump these 4 posts and I'm going to take another month to create 4 more, I'd say drip them. I'd say do one Monday, do one next Monday, the following Monday, and the following Monday. Just because I would rather you start being consistent with yourself, but also with the algorithm. And we're talking about blog content right now. We're talking about website content. After the 7-day content challenge, I've learned how to structure my posts for better traffic, and I'm putting way more focus on posts now and restructuring my already existing pillar content. That's awesome. I'm glad that you gave me that update, because that's really cool that you're able to now get a better visual, but also better structure for your future content, but also being able to go back to some of your older stuff and reviving it a little bit. Oh, it says I'm going in and out. Okay. Jason says it's fine for him. Okay. 1,500 words. The biggest takeaway from following you all this time is that your business is to have a great product, sure, but a close second is to build that list. Yes, absolutely. You can also go to Facebook ad library and search under brand creators, show all ads currently running. This is true. That's a nice little hack that you can go to a Facebook ad library and you can search for your niche and find other ads that your competitors are running, or even just other people and not even your competitors, but just seeing how people are getting attention on social media running ads. I was wondering how warm it was there for beach volleyball. It's kind of chilly in Southern California until around noon. Yeah, well, it's been nice, 40s, 50s in the morning, and we get to about 60 or 70. Some days we've hit 70 in the recent weeks. But man, this last weekend, it was cold. It was like I said, it was like 32 degrees in the morning. So it was chilly. Oh, Michael, what I love about BCA is that you can get personalized help with any of the classes. It's like having a tutor. Thanks. Yeah, Michael, that's what it's all about, man. And so these fast track workshops are all inside of the academy. And the reason why we do these outside of the academy is to bring awareness to these products, but also to help people in a certain area and build that relationship. And then hopefully maybe one day you join BCA. No pressure, but that's why we do it. But Michael, I'm glad that you brought that up. Let's see here. Oh, your ConvertKit affiliate link has how many days for free, auto included? Yeah. So if you go to brandcreators.com/ConvertKit, you can sign up, whether it's for the free plan or a paid plan. And if you do go paid, then we would get a commission on that. You guys don't pay anything extra. And if you do go through my link, send me an email, support@brandcreators.com, and just put in there ConvertKit bonus. And then I'll send you something cool that will help you with your email list building and email marketing. All right. So I think that is it. But guys, at this point, I'm not against social media. I mean, heck, I'm on it right now. You guys are watching this on Facebook probably or YouTube, right? But if I have the choice to spend my time, I'm spending my time building an email list. If I have not started building an email list, I'm building an email list and I'm going to run paid ads through social media to start building my list. All right. Then, yes, doing stuff like this, doing a Facebook Live, and I did a whole live streaming thing the other day on our jam session where I shared with you the power of doing lives and also the power of just doing video. And anything on a Facebook business page that gets engagement is also building a custom audience. So I'm okay with doing that. Okay. It's just that would not be my main focus. It's not my main focus right now. It's just, if you think about this for a second, right? I'm doing this right now on Facebook. Okay. You're watching. Okay. You're engaging with me, which is helping, right? It's helping the algorithm, which is fine. That's a side benefit. I'm also building a custom audience, however many people are hanging out here or watching the replay. But I'm also able to take the audio, put it up on my podcast, take the video, put it up on YouTube, right? So I get all those other benefits. So if I don't see the benefits of doing it, if I was just to come here and then leave and then this was all gone and I didn't get any of the other benefits, it probably wouldn't be the best use of my time, right? Building the email list, it's definitely worth the time. So hopefully I've made that very, very clear. Okay, that was from there. Okay, good. I think I answered all the questions. All right, guys. So I think that's it. I think that's going to wrap up today's Coffee Talk. We went long on this Monday. Man, I see I'm 30 minutes longer than I planned on. But hey, got to do what you got to do. All right, guys. So if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. Wednesday, we will be doing another Coffee Talk. And also, if you are a VIP for the content creation challenge, or if you're in Brand Creators Academy, we are doing a bonus call this Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to be reviewing student content and answering any Q&A. So make sure that you do that. If you are in BCA, I already sent out an email to you guys and I also posted it in the private group. And if you are a VIP, not part of BCA, I sent you guys an email and I posted it in the pop-up group. So it's all there for you guys. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.